feedback, you know?
Feedback.
That's because whose is that?
Test. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Are you ready, Deputy Mayor?
Huh?
Are you ready?
Yeah, ready as I'm going to be. Who's that laughing?
That's you, that's feedback from our conversation.
Oh,
Go ahead.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right. Call our regular public council meeting for Tuesday, November 12th, 2024 to order. First item of business, new business, Councillor Tepper.
Pass.
Councillor Manning? Pass. Councillor Goss?
Pass.
Deputy Mayor?
thank you.
Okay, and I got a regular thanks and a congrats and a condolences. Okay. All right, there's no Q&A people here. Could I get a motion to adopt the agenda as amended, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried, thank you. Public council minutes for October 28th. Can I get a motion to adopt those, please?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any errors or omissions? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Thank you. Conflict of interest. I don't see any little pages, so if anything comes up during the discussion, make us aware at that point. Thank you. Proclamations. We have a proclamation for National Child Day. Is yours up yet, Mary? Okay. Over to you.
National Child Day, November 20th, 2024. Whereas National Child Day is celebrated in Canada on November 20th in recognition of our country's commitment to upholding the rights of children and two historic events: the 1959 signing of the UN Declaration of the Rights of the Child and the adoption of the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child in 1989, and whereas the United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child sets out the rights of children with 54 articles that provide us with a solid roadmap of what is needed to raise healthy and happy children and youth, and whereas this year's theme is the right to participate. A child's right to participate is a main pillar to achieving self-actualization. Children have the right to participate in activities such as play, family, culture, and learning. They also have the right to participate with decisions when decisions are made about them. Empowering young people from all backgrounds to participate in decision-making and activities helps grow their voice and confidence.
Therefore, I, Mayor Craig Scott, do hereby declare November 20th, 2024 to be National Child Day in the town of Torbay. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any comments?
I think this is really important, and tonight, as I was running around with my little granddaughter, just thinking about the decisions and how far it has come in the last number of years for children's rights, and it's active, very active among all of us now, especially in the schools.
Yeah, well said. Any other comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Thank you. With no presentations, no Q&A. Mayor's report. First off, Mayor, the birthdays for November. Julia Peddle, November 5th, Recreation Community Services. Trina Appleby, November 7th, Council. Terry Lynn Farrell, November 9th, Infrastructure and Public Works. Danny Lowe, November 10th, Recreation Community Services. Kerry Murray, November 23rd, Economic Development and Tourism. Brian Winter, November 23rd. Oh, you're both on the same day. Infrastructure, Public Works. And Sandy Hounsel, November 30th, CAO. Happy birthday, everybody. And for the ones that have passed, I hope you had a great birthday. And the ones that are coming up, I hope you have a great birthday too. All right, now, what else am I gonna report? So I might as well report here now in this space about the M&L conference I attended on the weekend. I drove out last Tuesday and participated in meetings on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and even had one on Sunday morning with the Newfoundland Fire Services, their board, talk about how we can work together and what we could do. It was a great conference. It was well attended. One of the things that I did have an opportunity to do, and I really, really enjoy it, is that I'm chair of the youth committee with M&L, and I had an opportunity to host the youth council meeting at Gander Council Chamber, and it gives me a chance to mentor a particular young person doing that, and it's great to get their view and their enthusiasm for what you're doing. And we work together with Newfoundland Youth Parliament on that, so it's amazing the insight that they have in that such a young age, and I hope they continue with their interest in municipal government in particular, and the future looks good. Also, as part of that, I did have an opportunity to meet with Minister Hutton and talk about issues important to the town of Torbay. We set aside an hour for a meeting. I didn't take all his time, he's very busy. And, we talked about our water situation and a few other things that's important to the town. And it was, it was a really, really great conversation. I think as time goes on, we'll be able to see where those things go. But it's nice to know that the ministers in particular, I did have a chat with Minister Haggy and some others out there, that they, at least they know where Torbay is. So that's good. We keep reminding them all the time, so. Anyway, that's that. And the one thing that was probably the highlight of my entire weekend was meeting Mayor John Hemlin? Oh my God. Anyway, he's the mayor of Pro Head, and he became mayor when he was 30, and he's still the mayor, and he's 92. 62 years he's been mayor, and he was at our conference to receive his recognition, and I had a chance to have a conversation with him and talk about how things have changed since he first started on council, and I can't believe the energy that he still has.
It's amazing.
It was really something. And also they recognized that you were there 20 years for deputy mayor and 12 years for Councillor Tapper. But I think those are staggered, right? Back, your 20 years was at the start of
I
this
got
term,
mine
right?
last year for 20 years.
Yeah, right. So anyway, it's nice that they recognize all those people with long-standing service awards. It's really important. And the last thing I want to do is congratulate the mayor of Labrador City on being elected to the board of directors for Labrador seat, Linda Adams. And if anybody has ever met Linda, she is she's a ball of energy, for sure. And I'm really looking forward to working with her on the board. I'm sure she's going to bring a lot of great ideas and energy and enthusiasm, for sure. All right, so that's that. Business Horizon. Anybody have any?
Somebody's
comments?
phone is somewhere.
Huh?
Sorry, somebody's phone ring.
Go.
I don't know.
All right, correspondence. We got no correspondence. Committee of the whole minutes for November the 4th. Could I get a motion to adopt those, please?
So moved. Second.
Okay.
No.
No motions in there. Okay, I wasn't present, but I can still adopt the minutes. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Okay. Planning, Land Use Development, Councillor Tepper.
She's rolling in. Okay, our committee met on November the 5th,
A few items, a couple of motions. First one, 78 North Pond Road, BR 2024-007, residential medium density RMD land use zone, home-based business counseling. Go right to the motion. There's some background information there. So the recommendation from the committee, motion to conditionally approve application BR 2024-007 for a proposed home-based business associated with professional counseling services at 78 North Pond Road in accordance with regulations 33 and 90 of the Torbay Development Regulations, the RMD Land Use Zone Table, and standard conditions for the operation of a home-based professional service use in Torbay. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments? All
Just
in
want to
favor?
mention,
Oh, go ahead.
just want to mention this was, as usual, posted, but we didn't have any feedback.
All right, perfect. Thank you. Any other comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
So the next one, as usual, pertains to permit listings. Motion to accept Torbay 2024 permit listings for weeks ending November 7th, 2024 as tabled. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
So there is quite a bit of updating and information. If there's any questions?
Anybody have any questions on the rest of the report? No? Okay, all right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Admin and HR. Hang on, where are my two? Did I skip something? I didn't. Deputy Mayor?
I was just wondering who you were going to ask, that's all, just checking on it.
I just wanted to make sure I was, my computer, my laptop.
You're
was
moving
back.
too fast is what the problem is now, right through this. Anyway, we had our meeting on the 5th. Councillor Manning and Human Resources Officer Mark Whalen and our CAO. Recruitment and selection, I guess we're pleased to announce the addition of Patrick Bott to our Infrastructure and Public Works Department with the town. He will start with us on November 21st. And the heavy equipment operators for the 2024 snow clearing season. The following have been hired for the upcoming year. It's Paul Maloney, Jordan Cross, Danny Kavanagh, Scott Lehman, Robert Mitchell, Jacob Hickey, and Christian Kennedy. And we're still, just to bring it to everybody's attention, we're hoping to have the goals and objectives for our CAO rolled out by the end of the month. And we're looking at the rollout of the automatic bi-weekly payroll process early in the new year. And the town, the staff are looking at the municipal benefits plan review. So that will probably come to our next meeting, council meeting, and that's it. Any questions?
No, any difficulty filling the seasonal operator roles?
No, we actually were only looking for one because the rest of them are returnees from previous years.
Okay.
And one was from last year, but he's just short of his probationary hours. So we were looking for one, and we interviewed 4, I think, Mark? 4 people. So we picked the best of what we had. So
Because competitive market.
yeah, most definitely. Yeah, all cities, towns, and the airport, they're all looking for people, right? So.
Very good. Thank you. Good job. I don't have any other questions.
Good. Perfect.
Anybody else got any questions?
We got no answer.
You got it right.
All right, you're done?
I'm done. Done.
All right then. Corporate services. Councilor Goss.
Let's get out of here tonight. Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
The minutes are there for everybody's perusal. We met on the 7th of November. There is one motion there. The following invoices totaling $863,074.83 are presented for approval. Invoice number October 2024, CIBC Mellon, $28,413.62. Invoice E6000231802, GFL Environmental, $8,672.68. Invoice E600002331517, GFL Environmental, $66,303.70. Invoice 560, H&M Paving, $23,425.50. Excuse me. Invoice November 2024, Trio Benefits, $15,507.17. Invoice 10552, Eric Taylor Limited, $338,857 even. Invoice 24078, Grand Concourse, $32,217.01. Invoice 24091, Grand Concourse, $44,422.24. Invoice 24137, Grand Concourse, $7,482. Invoice 24143, Grand Concourse, $54,739.60. Invoice IGBW004775, Pennycon Grand Banks Warehousing Limited, $134,939.08. Invoice 148524, Petro Service Limited, $17,975.65. Invoice October 16th to 31st, 2024, Receiver General of Canada, $35,708.02. Invoice 268058, Wares Construction Limited, $8,779.40. Invoice 268109, Wares Construction Limited, $28,042.75. And invoice 5051434, Wolseley, Canada, Industrial Products, $17,589.41. So moved.
Second?
Moved and seconded. Comments?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
Where to start? Brian, I guess I'm probably asking Brian, but where's construction are in there for curbside and sidewalk repair? That's got nothing to do with the new,
No,
Sorry.
that's current curb and sidewalk repairs around town.
okay.
Different locations.
All right, because again, like I'm asking about if the deficiencies in the sidewalks over there being completed, because I know tonight there's another substantial payment to the contractor,
Yeah.
so they're not completed
The
yet?
final deficiencies,
There's-
the asphalt is still.
There's still more money,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah, most definitely.
And the other thing that I've got is about the tulips.
Okay,
Sorry.
let's, okay, hang on now. Is that, let's deal with these motions and then,
It's in there.
there's nothing in here about tulips,
Yes,
is
there
there?
is.
There is, yeah.
Oh, sorry, carry
Grand
on.
Concourse.
Is that what that is, the landscaping up at your corner?
No, there's one there for tulips
No.
in particular.
Oh, look at
There's-
that. Right. Sorry.
Now, where am I to with that? Anyway, there's a amount in there for $7,482 with Grand Concourse. But how much is the actual cost of the tulips? Is that the cost of them and them planting them?
That's the cost of the tulips themselves.
Okay,
That's just over 8,000 tulips, I believe,
yes.
bulbs.
Yes, so that's what I want to, because I've seen different things on that. So that's what they're charging to plant them?
No, that's for the actual tulips.
Okay,
Yeah.
so,
They're being planted as part of our ongoing contract with Grand Concourse.
okay, so that's how much they cost with Grand
That
Concourse?
is the bulbs themselves, yeah.
So do we get a breakdown then how much? Because last year I thought it was a substantial amount of money for them to plant them as well with Grand Concourse. That's why I'm after bringing it up a couple of times.
No, I could get that for you.
All right, because that's, I know, like with that amount, like 8,000, and we can't plant them out in the front. That's a lot of money. So for the next meeting, or maybe for tomorrow night, can we get a cost on what the cost of tulips are and the cost of them being planted for this year, just to combine it all together? And that's it.
Yep, I'll have that for you
All
tomorrow.
right, thank you.
Yep.
All right, thank you. Any other questions? All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
So that's my report, sir.
All right, thank you. Any questions on the, any of the other items in that report? Doesn't look like there's much in there really to talk about, but it's not my decision. All right, thank you. Economic development, tourism, history, culture. Councilor Tepper.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Our committee met on November the 4th. Just to touch base on some items discussed under economic development. Of course, the budget review and information is ongoing, so we reviewed some budget items and the process. Strategic planning session for the department. We're going to be doing a planning session early in the new year to establish some key goals and objectives for the next 12 months. Regional economic development initiatives, of course, again, regional transportation feasibility study and a regional tourism strategy. The Torbay Harbour Authority mural, as you know, there's some construction on the go down in Tappers Cove, and we're looking at least saving the mural or moving it possibly. We're exploring all the options. Marketing communications, there's going to be a Christmas flyer come out as usual. NTV will also be doing a live session at our Festival of Trees event, and the date to be announced. The winter guide is currently in development and will be ready early December. We'll also run ad in the Northeast Avalon Times. The History House, the Museum Advisory Committee, the minutes are there from the 11th or the 6th of November. If there's any questions. Here's a Torbay Folklore and Oral History Survey Project Charter, and there is a motion on this. I'll just read the background. The project charter sets out the mandate, objectives, scope of work, and research protocols for the Torbay Folklore, Lore, and Oral History Survey. This project will be an ongoing community-based research project to document the history and intangible cultural history of Torbay. So the motion reads, on behalf of the Museum Advisory Committee, the following document titled Torbay Folklore and Oral History Survey Project Charter is herein presented to your worship and council. Whereas the Torbay Museum Advisory Committee seeks to undertake a project to document the history and intangible cultural history of Torbay, be it resolved that the town of Torbay adopt the Torbay Folklore and Oral History Survey Project Charter as presented herein. So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Comments?
This, of course, is, there's been some projects similar over the years, where this time around for the History House staff, they will be training some of their employees to interview some of our most senior people and even younger people to at least record some stories about Torbay, whether it be history or whatever. So it's a good project, but this project is somewhat different, as it's official, and it will be recorded at the History House.
Excellent. Any other comment? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried.
Just to mention as well, the Mannion Collection and related project work is still ongoing. So we had some discussions with the Manuel family about transferring ownership of the collection to the History House. I was to that meeting myself, and the discussion was really, really positive. So that ends my report.
Excellent. Any questions, comments? I already got, I just want to point out one thing here. That in the month of October, we had 800 visitors. And I just want to say that I don't know of any other community museum or I don't consider our place just a museum anyway. It's a cultural heritage place. Are getting 800 visitors a month for the month of October, and we get more than that in some months. I just think that it's a testament to the work that the staff do there and the product that we're offering. And I think that I think it's awesome. Thank you. I'll pass along that to Noah. Well, I just did. There you go.
Well, just to mention too, with Christmas just around the corner, I invite any of our councillors to come up and have a look around. You know, the Festival of Trees is usually well attended.
Right.
And all these things. It'll be great to see councillors out and bring back your feedback.
Yeah, and don't forget that we got our mummers collection up there too.
Exactly, yeah. And we're tied into that, with the mummers, we're tied into getting a troop into the Santa Claus parade, as we did last year.
There you go. Excellent. All right. Thank you very much. What's this motion report? Oh, it's the same one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Infrastructure and Public Works, Councillor Goss.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. We met, myself, Councillor Appleby, and Director Brian Winter met on November 6th. And again, this, the items in here, they're basically all 2023-24 projects. And there's quite a few. There's just mostly updates, and there's no motions. So unless somebody has a question regarding anything within the actual items discussed.
How's the salt shed coming along, bro?
I can officially say the salt shed is completed.
Excellent.
Oh, great.
Expecting delivery of salt and sand next week. All is welcome to come up and have a look. It's magnificent. That's the word I'm going to use.
Excellent. I'm just glad it's done. I'm glad it's finally done. We've been talking about it for,
Yeah.
seems like forever. And it's going to be worthwhile.
We'll be saving money.
9 years you've been talking about it, actually.
Well, see what? Everything don't happen overnight. People think stuff happens overnight, but it don't. I will pass along. I received multiple comments at the M&L convention from people that do not live in our town, that are coming to Torbay to walk on our trails. The ones in Forest Landing, the ones in Upper Tree Corner and the beach and everything. And they got nothing but praise for them. Great job, excellent. And that, to me, is money well spent, I'll tell you that. Now, when my puppy gets a little bit older, I'll be able to go take him out for a walk, but now he's too crazy. She's too crazy to take him anywhere.
Sweet.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Recreation, Community Services. Councillor Manning. Are we gonna be able to hear her? Ah, yeah. Yeah, can hear you.
Sorry for your troubles.
Apology accepted.
We had our meeting on Thursday, November the 7th, and with myself, Councillor Appleby, and the Director, and Mark. And certainly, everything is, the report is there, but I'll just go quickly. Christmas events, that all opens up tomorrow, and for registration for everything, so I expect tomorrow's gonna be a busy day. Online, for sure. Torbay Sports Hall of Fame, that's on November the 29th, and we had a brief discussion on a couple of things about a while ago now, and I've got a memo there concerning this. I'm gonna do that now, if that's okay.
Sure.
The motion is for council to approve an in-kind rental donation in the amount of $496.80 for the use of 3 multi-purpose rooms for the Torbay Sports Hall of Fame event
Moved and seconded. Comments?
I'd just like to add, because I guess there's an email going back and forth about that, but that was something that the town originally initiated, and at the time when we had volunteers involved, that was something that Barry Codner and a team started out having down at the Kinsman. And due to, I guess, COVID and what have you, it's been a while, so I know that there was a conversation earlier this year about getting that back on track again. So it's one of those that volunteers have done really on behalf of the town. So I'd just like to put that in there, and thanks to Barry and team for getting it back on track again.
I think we kind of revived it for the Torbay 50th celebrations.
Yes.
And I can't say for sure, but I think that their intent was to do it every 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is 2 years on, so. All right,
Right.
any other comment?
Yeah, could I mention again?
Ralph, our resident Hall of Fame inductee. Carry on, sir.
I'll give autographs after.
Listen, I got nothing but praise for you.
No, I was around for when this first got started. Like Deputy Mayor mentioned, Barry, his wife Marie, as usual, they took the lead on it, but they got other people involved as well, including myself. I think myself and Deputy Mayor were links to the town council back in those days. But, you know, we've recognized a lot of the recreation people, sports people in the town, teams, individuals, the whole works. And again, looks like it's going to be revived, which is great. And especially when, you know, we had some sports reunions over the years as well. Only a couple of years ago, we had one that was well attended at the Common. So, you know, the energy is still there, and there's still, obviously, our sports facilities are well used now. And there's residents, young people, old people, you know, asking for donations through corporate services every year. There's a long list. So they're being, you know, they're performing and playing all over, whether it's Newfoundland, Canada, or around the world, actually. So, but with this recognition, it's a great event that we have, hopefully now back on track, and we'll be looking forward to it when it's scheduled.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other comment?
I'd like to say, Mayor, too, just to agree with Deputy Mayor and certainly Councillor Pepper. I've grown up in Torbay, and I mean, we've got a lot of big sports players here, and I've grown up watching my aunts playing ladies hockey to softball to fast pitch to all of it. So we're a big town for sports, and we got some really top-notch individuals here from the past and certainly coming into the future. So, yeah, this Torbay Sports Hall of Fame, definitely a good thing to kick off, for sure. Thank you.
Excellent, excellent, thank you. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried, thank you.
Okay, want to now continue Remembrance Day. I'd like to just congratulate the staff who organized this. Not only was it a beautiful day weather-wise, but the ceremony itself was really good. And there were about 300 people who attended that on Monday. And with the way it was put together,
Okay, any questions?
I got a comment there about the wind farm. That was something, I guess, a couple of years ago that I had brought forward. We have a resident in the town who also put forward, after we had talked about it, as a possible location for that. So I can go back and forward that request back on again, but I think that considering what's already there, it might be worthwhile at least for the committee to discuss it. So I'll send that back to the committee for review, right? Okay?
Yeah, which we're doing, and it's being looked into.
Yeah, I just wanted to say I'll bring forward the request that I had.
Okay. Any other questions?
Could I just mention Remembrance Day?
Sure.
Yes, it was a great ceremony, well attended. Just want to mention that I had a chat with former councillor Mike Byrne when we were leaving, and we went up the back way, and Mike commented about the trees. You know, those trees were planted years ago, but he said that back then there was actually a committee in place. I think Mayor Bob Godner got it going. But Mike said maybe we should do some research, and he's on the advisory committee for the History House. And I said we'll bring it back there, do some research, find out who was on that committee, and maybe place a plaque in recognition of those people, because it's come a long ways, put it that way.
Right, and to that point, Ron Finley with RJ's Landscaping is the person that has done all those, remember trees up there?
Oh,
Those,
yes, yeah.
Trees of honor.
Yeah.
There. And he's done a great job up there. And I do know that I was talking to some people at the War Memorial the other day, and they said that Scouts planted a lot of those trees years ago.
Yeah.
Those larch trees, or whatever they're called.
Yeah.
But, yeah, excellent points, and I was talking to Mike also on,
Okay, good.
on Monday. And to Councillor Manning's point about all the people that were there, it's a big difference from my first Remembrance Day ceremony when I was on council, and it was pretty much almost cancelled.
Well, yeah.
And we were there, and just a few of us to lay the wreaths
RCMP and RNC and.
to pay our respects.
Yeah.
You know, it was a horrible day weather-wise,
Yeah.
but I'm really proud of the town that since then, it's never been cancelled, and it'll never be cancelled.
Never will be,
Well,
should be anyway.
Anyway, thank you. Is that it? Any other comments? Thank you, Councillor Manning.
Thank you.
All righty, where am I? Liaison committees, Atlantic Mayor's Congress, no update. Intergovernmental Affairs, provincial, municipal, federal. I don't really have any update. I did, however, find out, and thank you to Minister Hutton's staff, that I found a fund within the federal bureaucracy that provides funding to other federal departments for contaminated sites. So I'll be sure to follow up with MP Thompson on that when we're looking to get our application approved for Great Pond, that we might be able to avail of some of that. Jack Burr. Oh,
No update right now.
all right, thank you. Northeast Avalon Joint Council.
Next meeting in AGM is next Wednesday night.
Okay. All right. RNC, I think we updated this last time. We had a meeting with the RNC since then, didn't we? Okay, so there's no update there. I will point out that I did see a post from the RNC the other day that they did haul in an ATV on Torbay Road and impounded it, and the parent got ticketed. So they are talking about increased enforcement. The head of the RCMP was at municipal conference on the weekend, and they are in the process of getting new recruits and working together with the RNC to crack down on drugs in communities. And not just these big fancy headline grabbing millions of dollar drug ones, but the smaller, lower level people. They are gonna start cracking down on those now. So, I mean, it's a word to the wise that the police are stepping up enforcement in all areas. So, I was happy to hear about that. All right. Where am I? Torbay Volunteer Fire Department.
Okay, minutes are there, for your reading pleasure, and, just to say that there's certainly, on the volunteer side or the Christmas side of it, in full swing for Christmas activities and such.
Yeah.
But I'd also like to put a big shout out to, and a big thank you to the fire department. They had to respond to a tragedy the weekend, and, to each one that was there, thank you for being who you are, and, hopefully, everything goes well. I know, you know, it was a situation that could probably stay with you for a little while, but for all the men and women that were there that responded to that call, huge thank you, and that's who's looking after us as residents, and we're darn lucky to have who we have. That's it.
Yeah. I was gonna talk about this in my go-around, but I'll do it now. I just wanted to say thank you to the fire department. I contacted Chief Goody on Monday morning, or Sunday morning, sorry. I heard about what went on, because I got contacted by the press, actually, by CBC, I think, or Telegram. And I called them and got advised as to what happened. And I just want to say thank you. And it's, you know, we're so lucky that we have such a professional force there in our fire department. And I want to make sure that, you know, our firefighters, whatever they need in terms of EAP and follow-up, make sure that you go and do that. And you know, it's not an easy sight to see. So I just want to thank them for the work that they've done. And I'll stop there. It's good. Thank you.
Thanks.
Urban Municipalities Committee. I did attend a UMC meeting in Gander as part of the conference. What are the main items that we talked about? We talked about election readiness and what our towns are doing, what do they need from M&L going forward. So if we can think about that as we go forward, and the clerk will probably know more about what we would need in terms of what we want to do to promote people to run for council. I know a couple of years ago, Kim, didn't we do like a candidate school or something like that? Do you know where to find the information on that?
We have all that.
Okay.
In our server and files there.
Okay.
Past election and information there.
All right, we could probably forward that along as
Sure.
for something they could use. And yeah, that's pretty much, we didn't, it wasn't a hugely extensive meeting. We did have a presentation there from Newfoundland Labrador Construction Association, and they talked about the benefits of being members, which is pretty good. So when the package comes out for the presentations that was at the M&L conference, I would encourage everybody to go grab them and have a look at what the presenters were talking about. Alrighty, notice the motion, we have none. New business, Deputy Mayor.
I just wanted to say a big thank you to the staff and council and any of the volunteers for the Remembrance Day ceremony. It was just that it was different this year with the involvement. That's not to say that the prior ceremonies and what have you, Remembrance Day ceremonies, weren't planned well, but it was different this year. And the fact, I guess it was such a beautiful day and so many people out. I also wanted to pass along happy belated 94th birthday to Mrs. Betty Manning, who celebrated her birthday over the past week. So, and just to touch on again, without getting into repeat what was said, big thank you to the Torbay Volunteer Fire Department for the unfortunate situation on Saturday night with their, them being in attendance and dealing with something of that magnitude. That's it.
All right, thank you. All right, and as I always do, I want to say thank you to council and staff for your hard work over the last couple of weeks, and in general, you know, it doesn't go unnoticed. And Councillor Tapper, I wasn't making a dig at yesterday when I said you're getting better at hosting that thing, because you are. And
I'll be able to sleep tonight, man.
and to
Yeah.
Deputy Mayor's point, yes, it's nice that we have, the more people that we get involved, the nicer these events are, and I am glad to see that most members of council were there, and hopefully we'll keep that going forward. I got a congratulations there, and I'm wondering what it was for. I think I already talked about it. Anyway, I got condolences I want to do for the family of Leo Galway. Leo passed away, and Leo is a long-time community volunteer. Him and his wife were worked with the food bank for many years, and passed along condolences to their family, and also to the family of that young man who tragically passed away on the weekend from the electrical wire incident. And also, you know, I'd like to wish well wishes for those two young ladies that were injured, and hopefully they'll have a full recovery. It, you know, it's always a shock and disappointing and sad when we have an incident within our town where, in particular, people are injured, or if they pass away, and especially young people. It's a lot to take in, you know, and it's my heartfelt condolences and well wishes to those people. I don't want to talk about it no more. It's a lot to take in, and it's felt around this table and within the under the roof of this building and our other buildings within the town. You know, we're one big family here, so yeah, I think I'll stop there. All right. We got no Q&As, do we?
No, we don't.
All right, thank you. Next public council meeting is to take place Monday, November 25th, 2024, 6:30 PM right here in the council chambers in the town of Torbay. And with that, I would entertain a motion to adjourn, please.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, carried, thank you very much.
See you, Rhonda.